That's right. July 7th and Friday. That means it's the last day of the week.
Woo.
And normally we would be saying, we can't wait to get ready for some fights. But there's already fights tonight. There's fights tonight. There's fights tomorrow. Both cards are going to be a lot of fun. So make your plans. If you were smart, you would have taken out your wife, your girlfriend, or whatever yesterday, gotten that out of the way. So you could go, hey, then why don't we chill for the weekend since we had such a great Thursday. And now you could just sit on the couch and watch all these great fights. Unless you're in Las Vegas, you can catch the cards. Plenty of tickets. It's International Fight Week. I'm excited. Do I sound excited, Danny? Do you sound excited? Are you excited for any of this? Are you going to do anything?
I'm excited.
All right.
Yeah.
You're not going to watch the fights, are you?
I'm gonna try to. I wanna see Valentina.
A lot of good friends of the show are fighting. Michael Johnson, Justin Gaethje. Unfortunately, they're fighting each other. Brad Tavares, Gray Maynard. He's on Team Jorts, and Valentina Shevchenko.
It wasn't bad, but
so I think
it would have been nice to be closer, but
yeah, I'm excited.
Dude,
all right, we're coming up in a minute now.
Fry, I was like tearing up a little. I was like, maybe it's best that I'm back here, you know. I'd be down there losing street cred and shit.
George's talking about the Hall of Fame ceremony that we attended last night. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty good, pretty good.
Did you hear anything about a fight in the crowd?
I heard some people talking about it, but I didn't actually see it.
Okay.
You know what, Danny?
That'd be a damn disappointment if we couldn't even keep it together and people are fighting in the crowd.
Right back.
I mean, there's got to be a time where you just leave it. Leave it. I mean, I suppose if testosterone's flying and maybe someone's lady got disrespected, I guess you got to rise to the occasion and say something. And who knows, maybe that's people's interpretation of a fight. Maybe it's just words. But who knows? I'm rooting for the... No, I saw Luke tweet about it.
Oh.
So I plan on asking him today. But I'm rooting for the Hall of Fame to be bigger every year and a classy event. I think he has a chance, especially because they found a really nice venue. And I think they do it at the right time. So if we could double yesterday's audience, that'd be awesome.
Coming up in 10. I heard you guys dressed up.
Little bit.
Stand by.
This is your captain speaking. We are making our descent into Las Vegas McCarran Airport. On behalf of our crew, we'd like to thank you for flying MMAjunkie Airlines. Now please fasten your seatbelts and put your tray tables in your upright position because the descent is going to be a little bit bumpy.
Alright, Junkie Nation, it's time to roll, baby, on MMAjunkie Radio with Gorgeous George and Go. This is what we doing while we do it, baby. All night long, we rollin'! Yeah!
The MMAjunkie Radio revolution is upon us.
Can you dig it?
There's no escape. No escape. Through the vast frontier of cyberspace and through a sea of stars in outer space.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We've solidified our combat communication stranglehold.
We are controlling transmission.
There you go. With the use of MMAjunkie Radio and SiriusXM satellite radio technology. MMAjunkie Radio. Commence transmission. Live from MMAjunkie Radio HQ in the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. Here are your hosts, Gorgeous George and Goes.
From the fight capital of the world inside the beautiful Mandalay Bay Racing Sportsbook, you are listening to the MMAjunkie Radio Show, the only show that matters. I'm your host, Gorgeous George. With me as always is the devious and dastardly Goes. Ari's co-host, and back east, he's handling all the producing duties today. It's going to be Danny sitting to my right, our special co-host for the day, the funniest man that walks the planet. It's comedian Joey Diaz.
How are
What's
you, my
up?
friend? What's happening?
Man, I'll tell you what. I was in an 8 out of 10 mood, and when you sat down and I looked at you, you didn't say a word, I didn't say a word, but you gave me this big old smile. I'm at a 10. You brought me up.
A wink is as good as a nod
You're
to a blind horse, brother.
A lot of positive energy coming out of you this morning.
Absolutely.
Good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Threw 3 people off the flight last night on Southwest. Tremendous.
Yeah?
Airlines are not playing games.
Really?
Okay,
break it down. What the fuck happened here?
Bro, I caught the tail end. I was sitting with the earphones. I had a couple stars of death in me. I'm minding my own business. You know me.
Okay.
Uncle Joey don't give a fuck. I'm looking straight ahead.
Right.
And they were being loud, I guess.
It's that L.A. to Vegas crowd, and they're just partying 1 hour too early.
The last, and then the pilot came back there, and the guy said, don't shush us. And the pilot goes, gone.
Damn.
That was the first one.
That's it?
Gone.
Just don't shush us?
Don't shush us.
Hey, he's the
gone.
pilot.
Then the cops brought more people. Everybody calmed down. Then the guy yelled, the pilot's a bitch. And they all came on. And they said, here's the deal. Either you get the hell off or take the flight, and we'll have sheriffs waiting for you on the other side. And you won't see a judge till Monday. And that was the end of that.
Oh, then I guess I'm getting off the plane.
Yeah, they're not playing games no more.
Okay,
I heard a lot of this going on. Like, do people just automatically?
There's such a, they were young, so they kept saying, like, we want your badge number. I mean, I'll tell you what. I'll never want to be 20 again because you were goofy as fuck. and the more they go to college and the smarter they are, the goofier they are.
Yeah.
They're like,
more
can
entitled
we see your badge number? What's your name? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Don't say a word. They kept tagging, like they're all like attorneys. And nobody knew dick.
Right.
Nobody knew dick. They were just drunk and trying to be intelligent. It's oh, Jesus Christ, it's bad out there.
I'm going to call my uncle. He's going to have your badge in the morning.
Yeah, that type of shit. Yeah. What's your badge number? Like, who gives
I know
a fuck?
people. Do you know who we are? That type of stuff.
Who gives a fuck?
Well, I glanced through Twitter news, and there was a plane that took off and came back.
Yeah, they're not playing no more.
So
guys.
maybe that was maybe Southwest sees this and says, okay, listen, we always got to learn off United and other stuff that's happening, and we just got to nip it in the bud.
Well, United threw a little Chinese baby off there. Them motherfuckers are cold-blooded at United.
Baby?
Yeah, the baby. They threw the baby out. It was a bad
for
week.
Crying? Like, just for being a baby?
No, because they had sold his ticket or something. It was in yesterday's paper.
Oh, the 2-year-old or something.
Yeah, the 2-year-old.
Oh,
yeah, man. No, they're not playing games.
See, that's my problem. I've become a headlines guy.
You don't read the story?
No,
who gives a fuck?
I look and then it'll say like Anderson Silva suspended. I'm like, oh shit, and I don't really look and read the text until I get home.
There's so much to take.
Right, when I get home, cause I get excited. I'm like, what else is there? And I jump around. I get distracted.
Twitter does that.
And I saw something about a 2-year-old, so I need, then when I get home, I try and dive into it and see. But by then, I forget what the fuck I was looking for. It's really hard, man. I suffer from that. Just my attention span goes quickly. Like right now, it said Facebook message, and I'm trying to add to like. It's fight week, so there's different guests that I've put out invites to. So I'm wondering, could that be it? I get distracted a lot, and I need to have better focus.
I think that's everybody, though. There's just so much information.
It's not just me.
Now,
thank God.
At our disposal.
I thought I was the only dumbass.
Before you'd open up the paper, right? That's where you get your news or you watch TV. Now it's right here. It's right in front of you in your laptop on your phone. So now you have to be kind of like that. I think we all suffer from that. But what I was going to ask you guys is, when it comes to flying, does it all come down to price, or are there certain airlines you don't fuck with? Or are there certain airlines that you won't even get on, even if it's
I hear people say that, like, never again, United. You left me stranded in Denver. Fuck you. And I'm like, I hear that they're venting, but what they want is for United to private message them and say, that's our bad. Here's a $500 comp.
How can I make it good?
Right. So, yeah, that's what they want. They're fishing for it. But trust me, when you go on Expedia or when you go on Travelocity or whatever and you're looking, if United's 400 and Delta's 450, guess what you're punching in? United. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you're going to get over
big boys. I won't mess with like Frontier or Spirit at all. I don't care what.
Well, they sneak up on you. They say 200, but when you get there, it's like you want an aisle, that's an extra 50. You want a drink, that's an extra 25.
It's horrible.
Fucking Southwest, you need
Southwest.
You need 18 chiropractors when you get off too.
Yeah.
It don't matter. Southwest is good for a 2-hour flight.
Yeah.
Listen, I've been flying for 25 fucking years every weekend. I got it down to a science.
Who do you fly with?
I fly with whoever gets me the fuck out of there fastest, and on Sunday morning, whoever gets me the fuck home earliest.
Non-stop, right?
Non-stop, all the way if I have to. I tell people all the time, in life you could fuck around. Like, like when I fly out of Burbank, I want to get away because there's no drama in Burbank. So you get the cheapest flight. Flying out of Vegas, you better get that business select, bitch. Do you follow me? There's all little 1,000 scams that I do. My favorite right now, 6-hour flight. There ain't no motherfucker better than JetBlue Mint. Period.
I took a JetBlue to New York.
JetBlue Mint. Period. You have your own fucking bedroom. The thing goes all the way back. You put the sleep apnea machine on the counter. You got Godfather 2. You got 5 things on the menu. They only go LAX to Boston, LAX to JFK. That's it. That's the only fucking problem. But that's the best. Fuck Delta.
Some little Fort Lauderdale airport I think they have down south that no one flies. Oh, I guess it's close enough to Miami, but they have DirecTV too.
Who does? Yeah, JetBlue. But the regular JetBlue's great. Like they have a Burbank flight to Kennedy. I just don't take it because it's. I like to be the first flight out in the morning, both times.
Okay,
that's what I go for.
You still the king of Burbank when you walk through the airport?
Fuck yeah.
I like
that. I don't remember that. Why is he the king of Burbank? Just because you walked it so much?
Yeah. No, well, there's a comedian that his sister's the general manager at Southwest over there. So as soon as I see her at the counter, fuck yeah. I get the handicap sticker. I get somebody to push me. You know me, I don't give a fuck, Jack. I get them to hold the weed for me. Burbank was the only airport 8-9 years ago that weed fell out of my nutsack. And it fell on the floor.
Where? In the middle of the...
As I was walking through security, as I was getting my sleep apnea machine.
Are you a boxers guy, tighty-whitey guy, or what are you?
No, I was running commando then. When you smuggle weed, you got to run commando because the sweat from between your legs makes the baggie stick to the... You follow me?
Yeah.
So if you put on like MeUndies, you got no sweat down there.
It's soaking it up.
MeUndies pulls the sweat. It doesn't let you sweat, so your shit's loose down there. But if you got a little ball sweat, you put that on your leg, that shit is worse than crazy glue. You know what I'm saying? That's like Puerto Rican spit. That ain't going nowhere.
Okay. But then when you unpack, obviously, I think you got to put the gloves on, right? There's a lot going on down there.
No, I just I pull the fucking weed out on the plane and put it in my front pocket.
Well, it's in a bag, right?
But one time it fell out of my nutsack and it was right there on the floor. And I looked at it. Everybody was looking at it. And the cop goes, "Is that yours?" Me? I go, "That's not mine." He goes, "Well, pick it up and throw it away." I just picked it up and put it in my pocket and walked to the fucking terminal. That's how smooth they are in Burbank. They don't give a fuck. That's Bob Hope dope. That's Bob Hope dope. That's a Snoop Dogg flies out of.
The actual bag resides between your inner thigh and your ball sack.
And your ball sack.
And it just hangs in there.
You take the nut sack and tuck it up into there. You know what I'm saying? Like you tuck it up around the
And when
reefer.
you execute this in the restroom before you make the walkthrough, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, you're not doing this from home because that would be an incredible
but then
gimp you got going on there.
You got a big stink. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you just pop it in the airport, walk across, pull it on the fucking plane. When you pull it out, go like this on the plane. Take the bag out and go, and put it back in your pocket and watch people's heads start looking around. Like, what the fuck is that smell? It gives you that combination reefer nut odor in the air. You know what I'm saying?
What about the dogs?
The dogs are bomb sniffing dogs. They don't have time. They don't do both. There's drugs. There's dogs for money.
And
weed,
Class A.
coke,
Class A drugs, yeah.
They ain't got time to worry with fucking ISIS running around. You want to bring a pound of weed? Who gives a Frenchman's fuck?
But do the dogs ever just kind of, hey, I learned that early in dog training.
No, I walk right up to the dogs. I walk right up to the dogs. And you got to assume when I'm flying, I got a vapor pen somewhere on me. It's somewhere on me. It's like, what's the guy from Sons of Anakin when you put the pipe up his ass? There's a vapor pen on me at all times.
Or even Little Puppet, going back to American Me. Remember that movie?
Little Puppet.
You drop a Little Puppet and shit.
All right, comedian Joey Diaz here in town. Now, hopefully I'm not out of line here, but the gig's still on?
What?
The gig's still on?
Tonight.
Oh, okay. For some reason, one of your messages implied that something fell off, and I wasn't sure because I had trouble hearing the message. All right, he's still on for tonight and tomorrow at South Point.
If I didn't have a gig, you think I'd be sitting here talking to you?
Well, because I know Rogan's in town, the fights are in town.
I'd be right back waiting for my daughter to come over.
But you're a hustler. I know you always have a plan B, a plan C.
There's no plan B. If my gig is canceled, I would have been home right now.
Right, but I thought I heard it this morning when you were already in Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, there's no.
You would have got right back on the next flight and just.
Fuck yeah. I would have gone at 10 a.m. right back to Burbank at 11.
Cool. 7:30 tonight, right?
Yeah.
South Point.
7:30 tonight to South Point.
Okay. And how does this work in terms of is a lot of comedians go out of their way to say, I got fresh material. Like, how do you separate your material, like whether you have an upcoming special or where you're storytelling or it's just a run of jokes?
I got dick. I got nothing coming up. I just got material I want to run, and let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
Do you have any new specials that are coming up or anything like that?
I got nothing.
Okay.
I got nothing.
How was
stand-up? I got the podcast, and I got a 4-year-old daughter. That's all I give a fuck about.
She's 4 already?
She's 4.5, bro.
Wow.
She's 4.5 Saturday. So if I
When
do
did she
shoot
say-
a special, it'll be next year.
When did she say her first curse word?
Never.
She still hasn't?
No, I don't curse around her.
Come on, man. Your voice travels.
You don't talk?
I'm sure you have your office.
I don't curse
Things
around
go
her.
sour.
I don't curse around her.
Really?
Yeah, no.
How about that filter? That's incredible.
It's hard work. I just let her do all the talking.
Does she have that funny gene like yourself, or is she more serious? Like, what is she like? What's your wife like?
She's fucking 4, so she's giggly. She fucking giggles when.
But you remember what you were like as a kid? I mean,
Yeah, I was a half a fag at fucking 5 because my dad died, and when I was 3, so I was walking around like a limbo when I was fucking 5. You can't judge me on that.
Right.
I was like a straight up mama's boy. I would hold on to a leg.
Okay.
I had a pacifier until I was 6. I was a half a fag, but I got hit in the fucking head with a lunchbox at Central Park. I got 5 stitches in my head. And that changed my whole life.
With a lunchbox, not a baseball bat,
they hit me with a fucking thermos.
Huh.
And it had the glass still in it. When thermoses had glass, I played hooky in the 1st grade, and I got hit in the fucking head with a thermos, and that was it after that.
By another kid your age?
Couple kids, little dirty Irish kids, hanging out in Central Park. They were like 8 or 9 or something.
You didn't have no backup, huh? They
I was
jumped
by
you?
myself.
Wow.
But you ain't taking my Beatles lunchbox, bitch. I'm fighting to the fucking end.
Oh, so you got some you got some shots in too?
Oh no, I hit him with the fucking lunchbox. But then when I hit him with the lunchbox opened up, and the thermos fell, and they hit me in the head with a fucking thermos, and then I ran home crying with blood.
What was in the thermos? Milk? Some
Spanish.
Cuban jugo?
Bro, fucking Spanish people. Nice white kids get like a sandwich, chips, like a note, and you get like a fucking bag of like dried fruit.
Right.
Spanish people get cologne, a saint, a napkin, a
half
candle,
a sandwich,
fucking 3 sandwiches, rice and beans, fucking flan. It's like a brown bag. So I hated that whole, like, I wanted hot dogs. When I got here from Cuba, all I wanted was fucking hot dogs, Jack. That's what makes you an American. Sabread hot dogs, a little fucking onions, a little mustard. They can't stop you. But the school wouldn't let us leave the premises. So I got pissed off. I said, fuck it, I'm going to play hooky. And it's a long story. I got hit in the head with a lunchbox. That changed my life.
Yeah, I don't think I played hooky until, like, junior high. You did it in 1st grade?
Fuck yeah. PS 166.
How did you even get out? Like
205. And we even got caught by the truant officer.
Wow.
And he brought me home, and he knocked on my door, but the neighbor answered. The door next to me, she was like, what's the problem? Oh, we found them on the street. So they left me with her. I had the key to the door. And my mom never found out, so it was a straight-up fucking hustle.
Even with the stitches and everything?
Oh, fuck
She didn't say, like, hey.
No, that time my mom had to go to the hospital.
Oh, okay.
And they had to stitch me up. I have a friend that when she was 13, she was very skinny. And she fell off a bike, and she hit her head. But she hit the side of the head where it controls, like, the growth. And her tits got really fucking big. I mean, her tits were fucking ginormous. Ginormous. She had to get like 2 surgeries. Because she hit the side of the head, and she also became promiscuous. It was the weirdest fucking thing. She's still my friend on Facebook. What are you going to do?
Tell them your story about your thermos.
I had a bad experience.
Because we were talking about, you're spot on, man. The white people, they had a nice sandwich, cut in half. You know what I mean? And then they'd have their bag of chips, and everything was spread out nicely. And I love my mom to death. She always took care of us, but there's sometimes where we just didn't have the best presentation of a Latino. Right. And but anyway, go tell your story. In that thermos, instead of like an actual drink, he had soup.
Yeah, so I didn't I tried to play hooky in the morning. So I pulled the whole my stomach, this and that. She wasn't having it. So she sent me to school. I had a Scooby-Doo lunchbox. It was always a sandwich, chips, and then there was always like a high C or something inside the thermos, water, whatever. So I'm out playing, sweating. I come back. I go to open my thermos to get that cool high C. She thought I was sick, so she put soup. Hot-ass soup came out and burned my entire mouth. I screamed like a little kid running around. I got blisters all over my face. It was horrible, man. I don't think I've had a drink from a thermos since then.
He's scarred.
There's no more thermoses.
Yeah.
He's scarred. Yeah.
Scars.
Now everybody's
Literally.
got. Have you seen the? Now everybody walks in with the bowling pin.
Yeah, the fucking big metal thing that busts your
yoga
head.
pants. How is it in LA, man? I bet you everything's just a little bit bizarre there in the gym scene. You know what I mean?
I don't go to. When I go to the gym, I go to the YMCA.
Okay.
I'm a YMCA type of dude. It's right around the corner. Nobody busts your balls. You know, they have the 24-hour fitness. People just go to the meet and spray chlamydia. That's all 24-hour fitness is in L.A. They just go to the fucking suck.
There's people there with like $500 outfits to
no,
work out.
Oh, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Lee works there.
I
Lee
actually have a
works out
white
there.
T-shirt on top of an undershirt because I like to build up a sweat, you know. I mean, just old school Adidas shorts, raggedy ass tennis shoes. But there's other people that like, you can just tell, man.
Oh,
it's like a $500,000 outfit.
They got the fucking ponytail and the hat. The eyes are done. The shorts are creeping like Dice said,
talking on their phone. $1,000.
They're right up to your hat. You know, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
I go to the YMCA in fucking Hollywood. I think Tim Allen donated $25 million to.
Wow.
And Sarah Bullock donated. So this is the fucking spot. When I lived in Hollywood, I was at the YMCA. At 12 o'clock, they all play basketball on the roof, from Denzel to James Cromwell. I mean, that's the YMCA in fucking Hollywood. But the water, the jacuzzi, has crystals in it that Sandra Bullock bought, so you feel good in the jacuzzi. They got a fucking heated pool. They give you towels. It's a fucking paradise. Then you go to where I live now in North Hollywood. I jumped in the pool one time. I went for a towel. They're like, we got paper towels, bitch. Yeah, the YMCA North Hollywood. They're by the bone. They don't fuck around.
So why don't you keep going to the one in Hollywood?
Because I've been training at Alberto. So now we signed in
Alberto Crane?
No. I mean, I don't go to. No, I'm not driving to fucking the YMCA in Hollywood, dog. This was when the YMCA was 20 feet. I lived across the street from the Y.
Oh, wow.
And they had the pool, and they had the steam there, and you go in the morning at 5 and put the eucalyptus on the steam bath and fucking sit there with the Russians drinking vodka in the morning with the little white hats on. Fucking tremendous. But I'm not driving from Studio City to fucking work out. That's an hour that turns into 3 for no reason.
Right. Okay, so you're really north. Gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
I do everything in my neighborhood, or I don't do it. I don't do anything out of my neighborhood.
But your Y doesn't compare with that Y?
No.
Okay, so that's the Taj Mahal of Ys.
Yeah, that's the Taj Mahal of Ys and shit.
When you said Alberto, do you mean Alberto Crane for
Alberto Crane.
Brazilian
So I train
Jiu-Jitsu?
Alberto Cranes at lunch.
3 times a week still?
Yeah. This
Okay.
week I went 4. I went twice to Alberto. Where else did I go? I went a couple different places. I went to an open mat after the jiu-jitsu on Sunday.
You once told me you feel best walking out of there when you got your ass kicked because you know that you were picking more things up.
Yeah.
Rather than going there
I get my ass
own.
kicked every day. Let's get something straight. Somebody said to me, what's your favorite submission? I'm like, getting choked. That's my favorite fucking submission. I go there to just get healthy and breathe, you know, and not have fear on my back. I always had a bunch of fear on my back from breathing, so I kept going to eliminate that fear. And it's fucking fun, man.
Boxing, kickboxing, you ever do any of those types of things?
When I was
It's always
younger,
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Karate. No, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu I got into when I was 50. Who joins Jiu-Jitsu when you're fucking 50?
Al Bundy, I think that's about it.
Most people fuck your secretary and cheat on your wife and do shit like that. No, I'm not that sharp. I joined Jiu-Jitsu to smell balls and assholes and feet and get fucking ringworm and all that shit. And I knocked my wife up at fucking 50. That's the genius I am.
No,
Hey, you remember those guys out there, Joey?
They're back?
Yeah. Dude, you lit them up.
Oh, bro, I got a bag of fucking
You
stars.
lit them up.
I got the bag
And
of
one of them's Muslim, so his body's pure, so it hit him harder
Yeah,
than it
he
hit
ain't
the other.
Muslim.
The other guy knew what time it was.
He was
He
out
ain't
until
Muslim no more. He's ISIS now.
He was out till like 8
I turned
p.m.
that motherfucker into ISIS.
You rocked him. How long did it take him to
He was
recover?
out till about 8 p.m.
Yeah. He was pretty
He
jacked
was
up.
a zombie.
Got a bag of fucking stars this weekend. This is the shit that killed Carrie Fisher. These stars are fucking strong this week. And the guy's in town. He's got an extra bag of stars. So that South Point's going to be fucking popping tonight.
Is you mentioned Lee. Lee can't be here, right?
Lee got banned from the South Point.
Okay. How long does that last? Doesn't they get over it eventually?
For life.
Nah, really? Nothing you can do?
What happened? Is this public?
Lee is the sweetest fucking guy in the world. And they banned Lee because the camera saw him giving a star to somebody. Somebody came up to him and gave him a star, so the camera saw it. So they banned him for life.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but I have a
I'll
good
tell you
time.
this much. I got a buddy who was banned. I might as well just say it because this was like 15, 20 years ago from here. And so he always had that trepidation of like, no, I can't, you know. And finally I told him, I go, do you really think that there's some facial recognition or something that can zoom in on the eyeball? I mean, there's so many people around now. You can wear a hat. And I just think it's like more or less the threat. You know what I mean? Here's another thing. If you ever have a problem with the sports book, which I have had, but they'll tell you, we can pay you now, but you're never welcome here again. Or we cancel the bet, and you're welcome to play here again. I go, of course, give me the money now. I'll deal with, you know, the repercussions. They're just trying to intimidate you by giving you a strong statement. But long story short, he's been back, no problem. So I think the 86.
But this is like a new era, though.
Probably right? Like 6 months, maybe. You know, I would imagine there's still guys on the same shift. You know, I think people have a fresh set of eyes, people that are in charge of security for a resort like this. But then after a while, I think, you know, that's it. You know, as long as you didn't come OJ somebody, you know, I mean, a star of death. Come on, it's 2017.
I heard people think there's like a giant security room with like 20, 30 guys looking everywhere. I heard it's only like 3 or 4 people for the whole that are watching the cameras.
That's it, yeah. Now, granted, if they pop you again and they go to the log and compare numbers, maybe it gets a little bit more heavier, but just don't come back and get caught doing the same thing for the second time. But if you just come back and you're a tourist, I don't think it should be a problem. Anyway, all right, let's take a break. You're listening to MMA Junkie Radio on Sirius XM Rush 93. We got comedian Joey Diaz in the house. He's performing tonight at the South Point Casino. It's just further south here of Mandalay Bay. Tonight and tomorrow, 7:30 is his show. He kills it. I've seen him perform like 10 to 12 times, and it's always a great time there. On Twitter, @MadFlavor. He also has a podcast, The Church of What's Happening Now. So check all that out. We'll be back in a few minutes after this break.
pat down TSA agents because they don't know where those people have been. And because they can. They are Gorgeous George and Goes. And this is MMA Junkie Radio.
The countdown to NFL training camp is underway. Stay tuned throughout the summer for all the latest on the 32 teams as they get set for the 2017 season. The only place to hear 24/7 coverage of the National Football League is SiriusXM, NFL Radio, Channel 88, and on the SiriusXM app. Joey Diaz here in studio with us. Later in the show, we're going to have Gray Maynard and Brad Tavares call in goes because they want Junkie Karma.
Junkie Karma is out where?
Fighters who do the show on the day of they fight are 57-14. Put the calculator away. I already did it. It's like 80.2%.
Okay.
So I just say
phenomenal.
80. I just say 80 because when it was 78 or 90, I was rounding up to 80. So 80.2, there's no sense in saying 80.2. It's just, we'll call it 80. But 4 out of 5 times, the fighter will take that Junkie Karma and win.
And we never plan these out. These are people who either book it that way, ask to come on, right?
They reached out to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Extreme Couture. The GM, Eric Nixick, reached out to us and said, we're not dumb. We know what's up. We know what time it is. We want Junkie Karma. So Gray Maynard and Brad Tavares will call in at the end of this first hour because we do have the Tough 25 finale tonight on Fox Sports 1. There's some fights on the UFC Fight Pass. And then tomorrow, of course, is the pay-per-view, UFC 213, headlined by Amanda Nunes and Valentina Shevchenko. Now, Joey, we're going to go a little old school in just a sec. So I want you to take a look at that and see if you can come up with 3 good fights for us. Because your parlays used to kill it back in the day. Then you got away from it. And you started giving us single picks. But I want to see if we can go a litlittle old school for this show. In the meantime, we're going to take these 2 calls. And then we'll see if you can nail down that parlay for us so you can put some money in our pockets. Also, shout out to Pam and Samantha from North Carolina. Thank you very much for these koozies. Very cool. North Carolina's in the house. Michael Jordan, one of my favorite players of all time. James Worthy, former Laker, went to North Carolina. So keeping the drinks cool here.
Give us one more, George.
Sam Perkins went there.
Oh, okay.
So
Michael
did
Corrin from Jersey City.
so did Vince Carter. So did Rasheed Wallace. So did
Are you ready for this?
Kenny Smith.
That kid Michael Corrin drilled Nevada, Las Vegas, and the semifinals as a freshman. They scored 31 points against Gondrzak. You don't even remember Gondrzak. Gondrzak went on to play for the Knicks. He would make tremendous 20-footers, but in 1992 he tried to shoot himself with a fucking 22 to the heart, a shotgun, and he missed.
With a shotgun?
Yeah, with a little shotgun. How do you make 20-footers all your life?
And
You're going to
that?
shoot your heart and you miss, you fuck.
Wow. So he survived his own attempt to take his life.
Wow. Isn't that what Seau, that's the way he did it, right? Was to the heart with the shotgun, I
I
think?
think so, yeah. I don't recall, but
But it was a 22 shotgun. They ain't gonna,
Yeah, that's true.
chubby guys like me at 22 don't even do dick to, you know what I'm saying?
let's go to Marco in Waco, Texas. What's up, Marco?
Marco from Waco, ¿qué pasa, vatos? And Joey Coco Díaz, ¿qué pasa, socio?
Marco, mi socio, what's happening, man?
Acá estamos esperando por las peleas este fin de semana. Hey, shout out to Pam from North Carolina. She's a regular on another MMA podcast, Smack My Picks. I'm still going to beat all your picks this weekend, Pam. But I want to talk about Robert Whittaker and the Cuban Cookie Monster, Joel Romero, man. I can't go with Romero this week, man. I'm sorry. I think that Romero got the biggest horseshoe at his ass. He got lucky with Derek Bronson. He lost the King Kennedy fight and then did a stool gate, and then came out and knocked King Kennedy out. He was losing against Chris Weidman. The luck ran out this weekend with freaking Bobby Knuckles, Robert Whittaker. I am so high on this kid, this 26-year-old Australian monster, and I think he's going to do the ultimate fight with Michael Bisping and unify the title and become the next middleweight champion. Sorry, Michael Bisping, too. That is my pick for this ring. We're going to let you guys catch against this week. Enjoy the fights.
All right, see you, Marco.
Hey, man, I kind of agree with him.
Well, it's funny how he left that when Bobby Knuckles was losing to Derek Brunson.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if we are going to talk about fights that weren't going your way and then turned around, you got to throw that one in there. But, yeah, no, look, it's a close fight. Both guys deserve to be there, and Bobby Knuckles is legit. You know, he could very well win. I'm riding with Romero here because I think he brings a pretty diverse skill set. And, look, he doesn't really rely on his wrestling too much. But knowing that it's there, as you become older and you become more of a tactician, I think he'll maybe implement some of that and see, you know, like, wait a minute, why am I going to throw hands with this guy when I can maybe put him on his back and at least take some of that away from him?
He better.
Yeah,
styles make fights, and
right.
I think Bobby Knuckles has that style that could maybe give him problems.
Right, and Bobby Knuckles has recently said that, you know, it's like that. Somebody called in and was talking about how he's at peace with where he's at, knowing this isn't like the life or death type run. Whereas for Romero, he's 40 years old. I mean, if he wins, he gets the title shot. He gets to unify versus Michael Bisping. So why blow that chance, being so close? All right,
that's a Cuban 40.
Is that a good 40 or a bad 40?
No, the birth certificate gets lost on the rack.
Oh, so he's really like 60?
I don't really know how fucking old you are. He could really be 36 telling you he's 40.
Why would he do that? It's the other way around, 44 to 40, wouldn't it be?
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, he wants to be younger. You know why? Because when they're playing international baseball at 12 years old, the Little League World Series, he wants to be the 16-year-old throwing at 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
So
maybe he wanted to get in the clubs.
He's telling you he's 40, but he's 35 just to let you think he's a fucking old man.
Ah, reverse psychology.
It's like T.O. Didn't Stevenson fight though he was 60? But every year he went to the Olympics. Oh, he's 28. No, he's not fucking 28. He's fucking 48. Another fucking guy never had a birth certificate.
Yeah, do you remember that guy?
No.
Teofilo Stevenson.
Yeah.
He was a rival to like our Muhammad Ali and Ernie Shavers and Ken Norton and like that era. It's just they couldn't, you know, he wasn't able to fight, but he had those kind of skills. He was widely respected. Let's talk to Orlando in Connecticut. What's up, Orlando?
What's going on, guys? Big fan of Joey Diaz, so I have two questions for him and one for George. The first question is, Joey, can you do me a big favor and give my group of friends, we're called the Big Dick Bandits, a shout-out? We went to your show in Foxwoods not too long ago.
Oh, shit.
And then the second question, holy shit, and the second question is, why don't you let that cat out of the hat and tell everyone about that rumor has it, the next Netflix special coming out?
Yeah, the rumor has it, but who the fuck knows? I don't want to say it for sure
look into it.
Because they released the half hours just this last week. So it all goes on the success of those half hours. They're supposed to, and Netflix wants to do an
You got a lot of fans, Joey, so I'm sure it'll do well. And then my thing for George is if you could get Joey some wings and a big bowl of ranch. He loves ranch, so hook my man up and do him a solid, all right?
That's a death sentence, man.
I will look into it. Yeah, we'll do it to the end of the show, though. We don't want to get gassed or anything. Thanks, Orlando, for the call.
Thanks, Orlando.
All right, take it easy, guys. Bye.
All right, we'll see you. All right, let's take this break. We got to talk to Gray Maynard and to Brad Tavares, and with us being up against the clock, I don't want to rush things, so let's take this break. You're listening to MMA Junkie Radio on Sirius XM Rush 93. I got Joey over here marinating over the lines. I'm going to get him to give us a parlay. I got my parlay ready. We're going to put some money in your pocket, and I've been kind of hot. So how about you guys? How have your parlays been? Well, maybe you're due.
Yeah.
All right. See, and it could be the other way for me. I may get cold, so you just take your notes from all three of us, and then you decide your own fate. All right. Stay close. We'll be right back.
Junkie Radio Network. Hit us up on Twitter.com at MMA Junkie Radio. This is MMA Junkie Radio. Here are your hosts, Gorgeous George and Goes.
All right, we're back. Going to be talking to a couple local fighters here, fighting on the Tough 25 finale card tonight. We got comedian Joey Diaz here in studio with us, having a great time on a Friday as we wind up a busy week. We'll talk about the UFC Hall of Fame ceremony. It was last night. Got a few comments to share about that. I really enjoyed it. But right now we want to focus on the first of the two fighters that I mentioned. Gray Maynard, he's going to be fighting Teruto Ishihara on the UFC Fight Pass, 6 p.m. Eastern start time. That's 3 p.m. local time. Tickets are still available if you want to get over to the T-Mobile Arena right up the street. He joins us now on the hotline to get some junkie karma. Why? Because when fighters do the MMA Junkie Radio Show on the day of their fight, they are 57-14, so that's over 80%. It works, folks. What's up, Gray Maynard? How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How about you?
Good, man. Welcome back to MMA Junkie Radio. You're on with George and Goes. We also have comedian Joey Diaz here with us. How you doing, brother? You ready to do battle tonight?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can't wait to get in there.
Are you one of those guys that, 30 minutes after you wake up, you just wish you were already fighting just to get it over with? The nerve, it just kind of gets old, waiting and waiting and waiting. Like, would you rather just get it done and over with, or do you like that build-up? Like, are you more of a performer at nighttime?
I mean, you want to get in the cage either way, so, I've been on pretty much both ends of the spectrum to where I fought at 12 o'clock at night, and, today I'm fighting at 3 o'clock or 3:30 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, either way, it's just good to compete. I love it. It doesn't matter the time, and it doesn't matter how long I have to wait. Just, I know it's going to come.
The nice thing is, local time, it is 3:30, and that's about the time you guys have your pro practice at Extreme Couture. So, if anything, the routine is staying intact.
Yeah. I mean, it matters to an extent, but, ultimately, again, if it's 3 o'clock or 12 o'clock, you get to the point where you're ready.
When Ishihara... Sorry to cut you off there. When Ishihara is doing his antics and stuff and putting his fist up, are you just kind of smirking like, I was there, kid? Like, relax already. We're going to fight. There's no need to pump this up, or do you kind of like that little warfare anyway yourself?
No, that's his job, I guess. That's, how he does it. And to be honest, I was, never him. I never tried to do a lot of antics because, I tried to prove it. Just kind of in the cage. And, he has to do whatever he feels he has to do. And but the cage door is going to close. So
it sure is. And it happens. It's happening tonight, folks. Yeah. Again, the UFC Fight Pass. Gray Maynard gets down versus Teruto Ishihara. Earlier in the week, we had Tisha Torres. She fights Juliana Lima. All right, Goes. What do you have for Gray Maynard?
Gray, you've done a lot in the sport, and you've fought in Vegas a lot. This is going to be T-Mobile. Can you talk a little bit about going to a new arena? Some of these arenas, it takes a while for them to develop that soul, the bones, where you walk by and you see the banners that hang, Evander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe, that type of stuff. This arena is already starting to have a little bit of that personality. Can you talk a little bit about what it's like to fight there now?
Yeah, I've been pumped up about it, ever since it opened up. And, it's not so much of, like, how the history is of it, but it's cool because all of us are creating a new history, and all the kids just kind of down the road, 20 years, are going to be like, Gray Maynard fought here, Connor, he fought here, and, there's going to be some good fights in there.
At this point in your career, do you feel like even now you're still learning a lot of new things that you can use, or is it all about sharpening the tools that you have?
A little bit of both. This sport's constantly growing, and as an athlete, you're always trying to grow, and it might not just be moves. It could be, nutrition. It could be the recovery aspect of it, and we got a great sports gym now to where they got all the top guys there, and they got all the testing, and it's it's always a constant. You always try to learn.
Great. Let me tell you something, man. When this fight's done and they're interviewing you, you need to shout out the you need to blast the odds makers. These guys got you as a big dog to Ishihara. You need to tell them, listen, motherfuckers,
Really?
I wrestled. I was an All-American. I got hands. I'm part of Extreme Couture. I've been in there with the best. Fuck you guys and your odds. Shove it up your ass, and then you make your next call out. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? This is a Vegas town, so we're always looking at the odds, and I see this, and I totally disagree with them. I think Ishihara is a quality opponent, but I still think this is your fight to take, because again, that wrestling background, it's very respected.
100%, brother. I appreciate it.
All right, my man. We'll keep
Wherever it goes, though, he's gonna get whooped up.
There you go. We'll keep it short. Good luck tonight. Thanks for joining us on the show on the day of your fight. You have received Junkie Karma. Take it with you.
Yes, sir.
All right. See you, buddy.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.
That's Gray Maynard, folks. Ready to do it tonight against Teruto Ishihara. Danny, the producer's telling me we haven't located our friend Brad. If you want to send him a quick text, or if you want, I can.
I got it.
All right. All right. In the meantime, I want to point you to what I believe is a winning parlay. I like Brad Tavares. I also like Valentina Shevchenko. Now, after that, you can make your own choices. There's a few other things you can, a few other routes you can take. But I'm hearing from a lot of sharps that like Jim Miller. And you have to have an underdog on the card. And Brad Tavares is a slight underdog, but it's not the kind that makes you incredible money, because it's an even fight between Theodoro and Tavares. But I think if you're going to roll the dice, and I respect Pettis, I think he's incredible, but he's had problems with that particular skill set when a wrestler's committed to his wrestling and has good submissions himself. So I think I'm rolling the dice with Miller. I'm going Tavares, Miller, and Shevchenko. If Lawler was still on the card, I'd probably go with Lawler. But I've been hearing some stuff lately that, man, the accumulation of fights between Condit and Rory, 1 year apart, may have taken some steam out of them. The more I think about it, who knows? Could be, man. Maybe that's why we haven't seen Condit in a while either. Them battles, man, they take something out of you. How about you, Joey Diaz? You like anything out there? What's jumping at you? Gagey? Yeah. You like the Hawaiian? Tavares versus Elias Theodoro, the man with the most beautiful hair in MMA? No. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so you're right. You're against me then. You want to book my parlay then? Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Dale un codazo. Mándale un codazo. Right. I know. Yeah, his career is that could be it for him, man. We can't beat that guy. No Taravidian. No, he elected to do striking with Ray Suffo and to grapple with Ricky Lundell. So he's been doing a lot of Vegas training. I don't know if it's a permanent move, but for this camp, he didn't work with Taravidian. All right. Well, we.
Shevchenko is fucking tougher than that. She shoots guns and shit, but I'm with my girl fucking Amanda Nunes.
All right.
I'm going to shout out to the LGBT community. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Represent, eating pussy, and smacking motherfuckers.
Tomorrow at 6
Big
p.m.
shout out to the LGBT community. Smacking bitches and eating pussy. Who can you get mad at? There's no more women fighters. They're fighters now. And Amanda Nunes is a fucking savage.
Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, it's UFC 213 pre-fight live. After defeating Ronda Rousey, Amanda Nunes returns to the octagon to defend her UFC women's bantamweight title in a rematch against Valentina Shevchenko. Join MMA analysts Ryan McKinnell and Danny Acosta for a full preview of UFC 213 pre-fight live, SiriusXM Rush, Channel 93, and on the SiriusXM app. Is there an update on our guest?
Still trying to get a hold of him.
Okay. All right. So in the meantime, have you carved together a parlay?
I did. I'm gonna throw a couple here.
All right.
I'm gonna go Tavares, Bobby Knuckles, Jim Miller, Ashley Yoder, and I think the last one I'm gonna go with is Tisha Torres.
Oh, you're going 5 deep, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got Tavares, Miller, Yoder, and Knuckles. Oh, okay. Now, since you politely disagreed with my
Jim Miller?
No. You took Knuckles, and I like Romero.
Okay.
I will politely disagree with... I like Angela Hill over Ashley Yoder, believe it or not. Yeah? Hill's impressed me a little bit.
Some trouble making weight yesterday.
Hill?
No, Ashley.
Ashley?
Yeah, well, they had to pull out the towel.
Yeah. No, I like Hill in that one. I'm not sure if I'm running to bet it, but we'll see. Tavares, Miller, Yoder, Torres, and Knuckles. And what are your top 3 out of those 5?
Top 3 out of those 5 would have to be Knuckles, Torres, and Tavares.
Knuckles, Torres, and Tavares.
Not to throw a wrench in here. I just got to ask you a quick question while it's on paper. Is Chris Weidman fighting Kelvin?
Gastelum.
But I heard that they offered him to Anderson.
That was just going in the past. Remember when Anderson wanted to fight in Rio? When his fight with who fought? Yeah, it was actually Kelvin.
Right.
And they couldn't get him a fight, and they offered him Weidman, and Weidman turned it down. So Weidman's headlining in Long Island, where he's from, versus Kelvin Gastelum. So, yeah. He was just sharing a story how he almost filled in.
I would love to see him and Masasi again. Finish that. What happened there?
Masasi and Weidman?
Yeah. Finish what happened there.
Well, I think Masasi technically is still a free agent. They have not re-signed him, so the first order of business is there. But if you talk to Masasi, he's past that fight. He feels like, hey, I want it. I move on. And he wants probably, Bisping or maybe the loser of this fight. Yeah, who knows? However that works out. I guess if Bisping gets GSP, then maybe you'd want the winner of this fight. But I think the winner of this fight sits out and just waits for the winner of GSP Bisping, if GSP Bisping happens. But I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, everything's pointing towards Dana White saying that ship sailed. GSP took forever to make his decision, and now we got to unify this title. The only tragedy I think that can happen is if they draw on Saturday, and there technically is no interim champion. Maybe that's the only out I can think of. Who knows? All right, folks. We're up against the clock for a commercial and then a sports update. We will see if we can catch up with Brad Tavares here in the second hour of the MMA Junkie Radio Show. We are joined by comedian Joey Diaz, who you can follow on Twitter @MadFlavor. Also, he's got a show, a podcast that drops on iTunes every week, sometimes twice, 3 times a week, and it's called The Church of What's Happening Now. Subscribe. Check it out. You'll like it. And leave them a review. Those really, really help out the algorithm. You can check it out there. And, of course, you can check it out on YouTube. Again, it's called The Church of What's Happening Now, along with Lee Sayat. These guys kill it. Great, great stuff. One of my all-time favorites was when you guys had Jorge Masvidal in studio.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching that a few months ago just for the second time, man. It was fucking hilarious. We got more parlays to dish out to you. And we also may have a surprise guest here before the end of the show. It's MMA Junkie Radio on SiriusXM, Rush 93. Stay close.
Little buffalo. Put some nose in that thing.
Till the cows come home?
Make a belly dance on my face.
All right. All right, here we go. It's the second hour of the MMA Junkie Radio Show. It's the last show of the week here on International Fight Week. We had the UFC Hall of Fame ceremony yesterday, and tonight we have Tough 25 finale, and of course on tomorrow, I was going to say Saturday, but tomorrow, we have UFC 213. So a lot's going on right now at the Toshiba Plaza. I believe maybe even inside the Concourse, hopefully, because it's over 100 degrees. We have the UFC and their version of the Expo, autograph signing, things like that. So hustle on down there today and tomorrow. You'll have a good time. The UFC brought a lot of big guns and good opportunity for you to meet a lot of your favorite fighters. All right, we are ready to go with our next guest, Brad Tavares. He fights Elias Theodorou tonight. Tough 25 finale here in Las Vegas. He joins us now on the hotline. What's up, Brad? How you doing?
Yeah, what I was just saying was that I got a hold of him, and Danny's calling him.
Oh.
So I think he may be talking
He's
to him.
there,
Right now.
there.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Oh, he is there. Okay. What's up, Brad? How you doing?
What's up, guys?
Man, you
Sorry,
sound like
Mr. Paul.
you just woke up. Our bad.
I literally just woke up.
What time were you scheduled to sleep till anyway?
Nothing really. I just want to get rest. Usually the weigh-in day that night, because I'm cutting, you know, I don't get as much rest, and then it's kind of a long day. You got the ceremony, you got the official weigh-ins and kind of a break, but you're trying to eat and rehydrate, and then the ceremonial weigh-ins, and then try to get some dinner in and whatnot. But I mean, personally, I typically like the night before or the day of the weigh-ins. I like to go to sleep a little bit later, just because if not, I'll end up going to sleep really early and then waking up really early, and then by fight time, I'll probably, you know, I'll feel a little lazy. So I like to, the night before the fight, I like to get to bed a little bit later and wake up a little bit later.
There you go. All right. Well, I'm sure Eric's told you when the fighters do our show on the day of their fight, it's an 80% win rate. We call it Junkie Karma. So Gray Maynard called in earlier. He got his. We're giving you yours. This is a great fight between you and Elias Theodorou. And this is the one time that we're openly subjective. Goes and I will be rooting for you, cheering for you. I hope you whoop his ass. Nothing against Elias. He's a cool guy too. But, hey, it's business. And, of course, we've known you for a long time, so go out there and do your thing. But before we let you go, Goz, you got anything for Brad Tavares? You want to send him off with any form of a coach's speech or pep talk?
Well, you know, I thought Felice had a good idea. Brad and Felice and Kevin Lee all went with us on our trip to Virginia, our military trip.
Right.
And Felice said that she took the coin that the general, Funkhauser, is that his name?
Funkhauser, yeah. Two-star
coin
general.
that he gave her. She took it for good luck.
No shit.
And it worked out for her, so I was going to say, Brad, you might want to take that coin with you.
Yeah. Do you have that coin around, Brad?
I do. I do.
Very cool. Well, I'm sure you have maybe your own rituals. But, and have you seen the video that they sent, by the way?
I did.
Very cool. All right.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people are going to be in your corner. I'm sure you'll feel it. And cannot wait, and it all goes down tonight. So whether you're going back to sleep or whatever, we'll let you go. We'll keep it short. But thanks for joining us here on MMA Junkie Radio today.
Say something to Brad.
Oh, you want to say something? All right.
Yeah,
we got comedian Joey.
Brad,
we got comedian Joey Diaz with us here, and he wants to say something to you.
Let me tell you something, Brad. You're a fucking Hawaiian savage. You understand me? You ain't got time to fuck around. You don't need no coins. You don't need no fucking coins. You got punches that kill bitches. You understand me? You're in Hawaiian Warrior.
Yeah.
Remember what I'm telling you. I will wink at you tonight through the TV, all right, my brother? You got this.
All right, bro.
Somebody's going to pay for you to wake up today. It's got to be that motherfucker. Okay? Somebody's got to pay for my Hawaiian to get up today, okay?
Thanks, guys.
I love you, buddy. Have a good day.
All right, take care. See you, Brad.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right,
Appreciate it.
later.
Well,
There you go, folks. Brad Tavares. You're right, man. Brad woke up today, and someone's got to pay tonight. Yeah.
That's my philosophy, bro. I'm a Cuban with a Jewish cup. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Cuban with a Jewish cup.
Hey, do you ever walk into like a when you go to a rehearsal or what's it called, the tryout for an acting gig?
An audition.
An audition. You ever go and look around and just say, "Y'all fucked up. You came to the wrong one. This is my gig."
It's funny because I'll walk in the earlier years, like when I got Spider-Man 2. When I got Spider-Man 2, I walked into that fucking room in Sony, and Goldberg was in there. The dude from The Sopranos was in there. There was a bunch of motherfuckers in there. And I get really intimidated. I'm a fucking pussy. Fear dominates my life. But I always think about it. I look at these motherfuckers. I make them an opponent, like in my mind, or like a silent opponent. And then I always think about what I have that they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? No matter what actor I go up against, I don't give a fuck how many times you see him. I got something that he'll never have. I did halftime of the Buffalo Sabres game, which is fucking brutal. Remember when you saw that thing of Bill Burr getting hit in Philadelphia? Mm-hmm. That's what it was like. That's number one. Number two, they didn't follow Paul Mooney for 3 years. Every fucking night, follow Paul Mooney at 1:45 at the Comedy Store. When the audience is already beat up and you got to come up with those jokes you were thinking about, they ain't going to work at 1:45. That's what, like, I used to always go to auditions against, like, soprano dudes and shit. The only way they would beat me out is because they were soprano dudes. But I would go in there in that fucking room and lay it on the line. And that's for me to wake up in the morning, somebody's got to fucking pay.
I like it.
That's my philosophy since I was fucking 25. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. When I wake up in the morning, sometimes I didn't have money some mornings. I went to the diner, put breakfast on the arm, and told them I'd be back by 5. With no prospects. That's when you just got to go out and make it happen. You see a truck that's open, you got to take that, whatever, So I wake up in the morning, somebody's got to fucking pay.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
That's it.
Some people say, I take down scores. Someone's got to pay.
Somebody's got to fucking pay, dog. You got to get your lunchbox
your score is your acting gig, your comedy gig, or whatever?
I wake up in the morning every fucking day, and I'm smoking dope, and I'm having a good time and shit, but in the back of my mind, you ask anybody who knows me, when I get up, it's for fucking blood. I play for keeps, bitch. I play for keeps. I ain't got time to dilly-dally. I'm not a nice guy. I'm not a liberal. I don't give a fuck about half
You don't
this
just stroll on the street. I mean, there's always a purpose.
No, there's always every move is calculated. I show you my plans for the day. Like every minute, I can tell you where I'm going to be throughout the day. That's how precise I am with the fucking. I don't fuck around.
So if you're walking down the street and someone says, "Hey, can you help me move a couch?" No.
Suck my dick. Call a mover.
You ain't got time. There's no good Samaritan stuff going on.
I got a weightlifting belt on or something. Give you the example. I'm fucking working for a living. My job was always to get out of, like, I hated day jobs. Like, I never wanted a fucking day job. And every time I try to get one, you're like, okay, we'll pay you, $15 an hour. You make $600. You know how many 8 balls? I can sell 1 8-ball and make $600. I got to sit here and dig trenches like a fucking slave. Fuck you. I got better shit to do. This is my corporation. This is it. This is the truth.
I'm picturing Joey with his hands in his pocket, just whistling, like, going out for a stroll. That is not happening. Like, the minute he stepped outside, he was on a mission. He's going to take down a score. Or obviously going some sort of a paying gig, he's gonna land it. Mm-hmm. And if you got to, you'll throw some elbows, right?
I got time to giggle. I'm not a giggler. You give people the illusion that you don't do dick, but you really do. My job never fucking ends. Between the kid, the wife, the podcast, stand-up, writing, never ends. Your health. You want your health to be tip-top. My thoughts go out to Maria Menoulos and her family, Kevin.
Yeah.
Fucking brain tumor at 40 or whatever the fuck.
Wow.
Who needs that shit in their life? So there's so many things, but man, when I wake up in the morning, there's no fucking games. Vacations? I don't have vacations. Ask me when I took my last vacation.
When was the last time you took a vacation?
1985. No vacation.
Where'd you go then?
Hawaii. And I left early.
You didn't like it?
No, a week. Fuck, I'm going to sit here for a fucking week. You get down there, you do the 8-ball, you have a couple pineapples, you jump in the ocean, you see the dolphin, you get the fuck out of there. I'm going to sit here for who's got 7 days? Who's got 7 days to sit there unless you're a multi-millionaire? Then you come back, the whole trip's on the credit card, and you work all year to clean out your credit card and go back on that fucking vacation to sit there. Like, I couldn't sit there because I know I owe money. How can you sit there? How can you fucking... That's why I can't watch sports for a long time. Or anything like that. Because you sit there and go, I know there's something I could be doing.
So even on vacation, you can't relax, even if it's for 1 day or 2 days?
The Lord's Day, Christmas.
Yeah?
I'm still sending emails. I don't give a fuck, Jack. My agent told me once, he goes, I got an email from you on Christmas about a gig. You don't stop, do you? I really don't give a fuck.
Oh, man, we got a phone call from you on Christmas that did we
We
ever told him that story?
Well, he made the call, so he would know. Well,
yeah, but he didn't know what happened behind the scenes, right?
Go ahead, yeah.
On Christmas Eve, George and I were out going to find presents for our father. And you know when you check out like at a sports mart, they have those little stupid gifts that they give you. They're like $10. They happen to have on the way there, we got a call from you. And it was right as we were pulling in. I go, hey, it's Joey. And he goes, we got to get these Christmas gifts. We'll call him back. Are you sure? He goes, yeah, we'll call him back. So we go in, we get whatever we get. On the way out, George goes, hey, it's Gabriel Iglesias' DVD. He goes, Pops might like this. Maybe we'll watch it Christmas Day. All right, we grabbed it, $10. Wrap it up. Forgot to call you back. Christmas Day comes around, and we just kind of sitting around. We go, hey, Pops, you want to watch this DVD? We pop it in. It's Gabriel Iglesias. You called again. And again, it went to voicemail. I go, are you sure? And he goes, hey, man, it's Christmas. We got to be with the family. We'll call him when this is done. Forget to call. We're watching our DVD of Gabriel Iglesias with our dad. He's laughing his ass off. Check your voicemail the next day. And it's, hey, cocksuckers, I know that you guys are at your parents' house in Paris. I'm going to be in Ontario. Why don't you come down? I got tickets for you, the whole family. You guys, I'm opening up for Gabriel Iglesias. We'll watch the show, and afterwards we'll all go out to eat. We big leagued going out with Gabriel Iglesias and you to watch his DVD at home. Do you know how hard that was to stomach?
I mean, the family thing, you know. It did suck. There's no other way around it. But my problem is my tradition is I shop for gifts on the 24th. And, of course, I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, damn, I got to get the gifts, And I just don't see my parents. And so when I'm there, I just try and focus on them. But, yeah, we fucked that one up. That was
no, that's
and then there was another message the next day. You go, it was so much fun. We went to Denny's. He bought everybody food at Denny's, and we were just like, what were we thinking?
Can you imagine listening to you, Gabriel Iglesias, and then throwing down on Denny's Grand Slam? We don't get any better than that.
He took everybody for breakfast.
Yeah.
That one Christmas Eve, he took everybody for breakfast at 2 in the morning. He did like 8 shows on Christmas.
Wow.
On Christmas Day, they took everybody for breakfast for the last show.
He did that show that we told you about at the Mirage, and he went for about an hour and a half, hour 45.
Yeah, he went
for a long time. He said, fuck it. He goes, I'm going off script. And he just told jokes and stories and this and that. But he looked good. He lost some weight, and I guess he's back.
You know, all this travel and the ticket sales and this shit gets to you. You eat bad food, you know, and last night my intention was to go to bed at 1 and then fall asleep till 3. You know, sometimes when you travel. So if you don't sleep, you put weight on. If you don't sleep a couple nights, bro, you put weight on, your blood sugar goes up. There's so many fucking things. So he wanted to take a little better care of himself and just take some time off. I guess he's on the road now, but he's just doing 2 nights a weekend.
I sleep well on the road. I don't know if you do, but I sleep very well on the road.
I don't.
No?
I don't. Don't know why. After today, I'll go eat some lunch and I'll take a nap. But I don't sleep well on the road at all.
How about you?
Sometimes I can sleep well on the road, but for the most part, I think I'm just used to routines. So even on the road, I'm waking up. Like I would imagine.
I may still do that.
Because of the kid.
I may still do that because I want to check the emails on the phone, make sure that I'm not missing something. But for the most part, I can pretty much shut it down again. And I was 5 days in New York, and I had a room right next to the street. Of course, you know, that's a loud city. Doesn't bother me one bit. There's other people that are popping stuff in their ears and taking stuff, and they want to completely black out. That's the way they do it on the road. But for me, on the road, I sleep really, really well. I can do 6 hours, do 2 hours of work, and another 4 or 10, or I can do 8 straight or whatever. When I'm at home, it's like 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours. 5 if I'm lucky. I just can't sleep well at home, but on the road, no problem.
I think when we're on the road, it's because it's vacation or we're going to have fun. I think when he's on the road, it's work, right?
Well, it's both. It's a little bit of both. You know, I write on the road. I try to work out on the road. You know, I keep it simple on the road.
Take the gi on the road?
No.
No?
Especially if I do it. I don't want that stinky gi in my suitcase. I did that one time. Everything stunk when I got back because it was like a 6-hour. Even though it was washed, I could still smell like the mildew in there. So no. I work out at the hotel. Like I'll lift weights and get on the elliptical or something.
Why 3 a.m.? Like you were riding or what? You just couldn't sleep yesterday?
Couldn't sleep when I got off the plane last night. Checked in.
Rubbing one out? That didn't help?
No, I didn't rub one out. Nothing. I just. That
usually does the trick for me.
What the fuck was I watching? I watched the.
Sometimes I don't even make it to cleanup. I just.
No,
that's it.
I watched the Law and Order and I wrote.
It's over.
Tell me what room you stay in, so I never
made
stay
some
there.
Notes and that's it. I keep it simple, man. I really, really do keep it simple, just because you never know what's going to happen. You never know. My friends are in town for a competition, so I might go to one of their tournaments tomorrow.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alberto Crane School. There's a couple guys that are like purple belts. They're my coaches, and they're fighting tomorrow. One's today at 12:20, and then tomorrow. So I might do that. Just go over there and watch them wrestle and shit a little bit. Not that I would never go to a competition or a tournament. I'm scared shitless. They'll kill me, but...
You think you'll ever do it one day, though?
No.
Never?
No, my anxiety levels are too high. I respect fighters. I don't know how I'll have a nervous breakdown.
Hey, Joey, if you don't mind, so I don't know too much about marijuana, but I thought that's one thing that cures the anxiety. So couldn't...
Sometimes it feeds it. Sometimes it's a gasoline on a fire.
Oh, I see.
It all
makes it worse. Oh, yeah, it can make it worse.
Sometimes like an edible will give me anxiety. If I do something strenuous, or let's say I got to walk a lot or walk upstairs and I'm losing my breath, I get anxiety. I go into panic mode. So I got to be a little careful with the edibles and shit. But anxiety is anxiety when it comes. That's the reason why I joined Jiu-Jitsu, because of watching MMA. And like, you ever see like when somebody's on their back, like the great Matt Serra's on his back, and people are punching him, and they're like controlling an arm, and they just look at the clock. Like, there's a guy on top of me, but I don't want to look at the clock and look around. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm scared shitless to look around. So that's why I got into it. Like, that's why I really got into jiu-jitsu, and just to take that fear away. I hate having fear of shit. Like needles I hate, so I go to acupuncture. You know, I force myself to go to acupuncture, even though the whole time I'm there, I'm dying inside. With jiu-jitsu, I'm dying inside the whole time I'm there. And then after I do my first roll and tap out, because I can't breathe, then I'm okay. Then the fear goes away. There's another kid at the school that's a great jiu-jitsu guy. He doesn't do competitions either. I don't do competitions because I suck. He don't do competitions because of his anxiety. He gets a lot of nerves. So.
You ever do that cupping?
Yeah,
I do that at acupuncture.
When I go, I do the cupping.
It works?
Yeah. Moves the blood around, you know.
How long does it take to get that big red blotch off?
20 minutes.
It goes off in 20 minutes?
No, the next day. The next day. I get the whole fucking cup. I cup my ball sack to get the sperm juices flowing in there. Oh, yeah, I cup everything, dog. You
done that, George?
I've never done the cupping, but I've done the acupuncture.
Yeah.
Like testosterone, she could raise. Those people could do anything.
Some of those needles go in and you don't even feel them.
No,
it's like, boop. You know, I'm just laying there going. Now, once in a while, I don't know if it's a nerve they hit or something like, oh, whoa, whoa, take it easy. You know,
in your fucking feet. Like for testosterone, you have to do them on the bottom of your feet. You might as well just take the fucking testosterone, the needle.
It hurts.
Oh,
wait, the needle's on the bottom of the feet? I've never done that.
To raise your testosterone levels as a man. It's like one time she was telling me she had a guy that came in and said, I need help sexually. And she did some things. He came back a week later and said, you got to turn that thing down. I've been fucking everything. Like, Chinese people don't fuck around.
And it was all because she put needles in his toes, or
no. This was for sex, like that, sexual enhancement. I think he wasn't getting hard-ons and shit. And she goes, I could do, because I've been with her for 11 years.
But you said she has done the bottom of your feet.
No, I asked her once,
Oh.
what does it require, like all this stuff that they're saying about men's testosterone. She goes, I could raise your testosterone levels, but the treatment is brutal. It's like 25 needles in each foot.
Oh, man.
That's a fucking nightmare for a guy like me. So I just avoid all that shit. But you know what? A couple of years ago, I had knee surgery. My knee swelled up. I took it into her. She put a bunch of needles in it, and then she took the needles out, and then she beat it with that ball with all the little needles. You ever see those balls from fucking Road Warrior?
Yeah.
They got the ball with fucking things, and they swing them at you. She has one of those. And she'll just pop you lightly, and all that swelling went down. I mean, I've seen amazing things through acupuncture. My blood pressure, my ankles are skinny even after I fly. That's your circulation. You know, so I look at that a lot.
But she has put needles on the top of your foot, right? Or no feet at all?
No feet at all.
Oh, I see.
She's put needles in my knees,
in your hands,
my back, my hands, my wrist, my ears.
Would
my
the hands
head.
be comparable to the feet?
Like over here, like not in the palm. She's never stuck me in the palm.
I've had it done a couple times, and I don't get too bad anxiety. But what I do want to know is how many are going in me, and when we're done, there better be that number in the trash. Or I want to know like all 25 came out. Because I don't want to be in the car and go, what's this? And I don't think I'd have the nerve.
You wouldn't even feel them anyway.
No?
I've left there sometimes, like a needle falls out, and it gets tangled in your shirt, and the next day it's in your fucking laundry. Those needles bend, they're thin.
Shit.
It's not like having like a fucking needle for a tetanus shot.
Hey, man, but that's for real. The guy went in there, she did the bottom of his feet, and then he came back and said, you got to turn this thing down.
You got to turn this shit down. My cock's on fire. My dick is on fire. Chinese people don't fuck around, dog.
That's so funny.
You know, it's funny because when I went to her one time and I said, hey, all my friends, all my jiu-jitsu friends, this is before I joined jiu-jitsu. This is in the beginning of me joining jiu-jitsu. But after I had knee surgery, my friends were like, you should just do testosterone. So I actually went to a doctor, paid him. They drew the blood, and the guy was giving me testosterone. And Dr. Amy, my doctor, kept saying, it's not a good idea, Joey. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. And one day as a joke, she goes, testosterone don't work on Cubans, right? Again, I'm in D.C. and I got a bad headache. I go to the hospital, and they had to take a bunch of blood out because the testosterone had made me do a lot, raise my red blood cell count, and that's not healthy. So I had to take a pint of blood out of me. So that was my testosterone days came to an end about 3 years ago. But it's funny, when I went back to the acupuncturist, when I went back to the testosterone guy and told him, he's a well-known guy. Like he had Michael Jackson, he had Marlon Brando. This guy's got, he's older. He said, you know, in my 40 years of practicing this type of medicine, you know, with testosterone and all that shit, there's only been 2 clients of mine that have had that happen to, and they've both been Cubans. So Dr. Amy was right. She was like, when you told me you were getting testosterone, I wanted to smack you in the face. She goes, that's the essence of cancer. And number 2, you just had knocked up your wife. You just knocked up your wife. You don't need that shit. So who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows what to believe or what not to believe, you know?
Yeah. All right, let's take this quick call from Houston. Joe from H-Town's in the house. What's up, Joe?
Yes.
What's up? How you doing?
Hey, pretty good, man. What other show can offer a guy like Don Fry and Joey Diaz to meet in studio? I mean, you guys offer that every day. So you guys are listening. You know, what other show can offer that? And that's pretty cool, man. I think that's pretty cool.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Don Fry was on fire at that Hall of Fame ceremony.
Yeah, he sure was.
He deserved to be on fire. That's a badass dude.
Yeah, he was making moves on Misha Tate, and he said kind words towards Kazushi Sakuraba. I'm happy for that guy. He almost died, man, about a year ago. He went to a coma for 3 weeks. He had a rod in his back that broke. He finally got the surgery, but there was complications, pneumonia, infections. So he was fighting for his life, and but he's back, and he really looks good now, upright, no longer hunched over, and, you know, strong man. So he never lost his sense of humor, that's for sure. But
no,
he's hilarious, yeah.
2 questions, man, and I got a bail, man. First question on Fight Week. You know, July 29th, man, that's obviously the bigger fight. Why don't they just move the International Fight Week to Anaheim? I mean, I think that's a bigger fight. You can get more fans out. It's already sold out. You know, they knew that going in maybe 6 months ago. You know, why not move the fight week to Anaheim? And my question for Joey, have you ever been offered like a sitcom? You know, we see all these other comedians, you know, do TV shows, and I think you'd be great, man. You know, retired comedian, would throw you a couple fake kids, fake wife, and I think you'd be great, man. I'll have to hang up and listen, guys. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
I'm
Joe.
trying, H. I love you, buddy. Hey, while we're here, well, how's the condition with Matt Hughes?
All we've heard was
go ahead.
His eyes opened.
Okay.
And it looked like they took him off the ventilator. It looked like things are getting better, but I think he was in a rough spot, so they're still not sure exactly
I tell you how much I love
what's
that
happen.
motherfucker. I lit a candle for him, man.
Yeah?
That's my dog, man. He's always been
Old
good to
school,
me.
man.
So my prayers go out to him and his family that he heals and he comes back the baddest motherfucker as he was, man. I love Matt Hughes, so I didn't know what was going on. They said they took him off the ventilator?
Yeah, see, so the problem is because they haven't been able to communicate with him, they don't know how much all this has affected his brain. You know, he may have to learn how to speak again, those sort of things, but they won't know that until they can communicate with him. So now he's on the right road, and they'll figure out some more stuff. But, man, I'm just happy that he opened his eyes, you know, and that now he can breathe on his own.
Let's take this break. You're listening to MMA Junkie Radio on Sirius XM Rush 93. We may not have brought you a fighter in studio like we said we might, but we may have a surprise for you guys, some entertainment provided from a few female fans that showed up. So you definitely want to tune in when we come back. It's MMA Junkie Radio on Sirius XM Rush 93. If you want to watch the video component, it's facebook.com/official MMA Junkie or youtube.com/MMA Junkie Video. Stay close.
Hey!
They taught Andy Griffith how to whistle. Here are Gorgeous George and Goes.
All right, we're back, and we're coming down the home stretch of another fine edition of MMA Junkie Radio. Now, I do want to thank all of our guests for the week. That way we can get that out of the way. Danny, did we get all of our breaks out of the way, or no?
We still have one more.
No, we still have one more.
We'll have 2.5 left, right?
Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
I just want to make sure we get that covered. And then we'll have a fun show for you guys. So thank you to Anthony Burchek, Mark Diakise, Tisha Torres, Michael Johnson, Cody Stamen, Rob Font, Terrion Ware, Anthony Pettis, Curtis Blades, Valentina Shevchenko, Don Fry, Sean Lennon, Dave Madden, Jason Buckamer, Joey Diaz, Gray Maynard, Brad Tavares, and I think we got them all.
Yeah.
All right. So we will have one more break, but we're going to have a little bit of fun here. So I gave a shout-out to Pam and Samantha earlier from North Carolina. They brought us these koozies here. So thank you again, ladies. UNC and North Carolina.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I've definitely followed UNC basketball for many years. They delivered a couple Lakers to us as well. And then I find out that the ladies are professional belly dancers. So then, of course, I sent Goes on a mission. I go, see what you can do. And he knew what time it was. And of course, he asked, and they popped up like a couple of jack-in-the-boxes and said, we're in, man.
Yeah, they took it to a new level, though, because they were willing to just come here and do it. But they go, we're staying at the Luxor. We could go and change.
Right.
And they changed and came back.
Yeah. All right, so introducing here, Pandora Box to the left. Yeah, hopefully I got that right. And then this is Samantha Myrick to the right. And they're going to do a show for us here. And what did you know? Our friends from Chicago got front row over them. Look at them. Look at them, man. I love it.
Are you talking about the guys that were sitting over there earlier during the show?
When we were mentioning, those were the guys that, you turned off their lights last time, right? And so they're just kind of hanging back, not too interested. I think they were scared of Joey. It's like walking in and seeing the devil. And then all of a sudden the show comes up, and look at them. Look at their heads are hanging in there and everything. So it's going to be a good time. All right, so the ladies, we're going to put on some music, and they're going to give us a show here. Thank you again for doing this, ladies, and we'll stay quiet on our end. I guess we'll have to talk a little bit because it's radio.
واللي يداوي يروح واللي يزعل نفسه هو
gotta say something. It's radio.
This is something else.
The girls are dancing.
Give me a thumbs up. Is how's the cardio? Everything good? Okay, we're not sure here. Because I know I would have pulled like 2 calf muscles by now. And a groin. But, wow.
I'm out of breath. I'm not doing anything.
Wow, there you go. Very cool. That was something else. That was something else.
All right, Danny.
Oh wow, you do 25 minutes at a time, and that was probably about a good 5, right? That was very, very cool. Okay, you know what? Why don't you jump on this mic real fast, and then that way we can hear what you're saying, or I can, but that way our audience can hear it as well. Yeah, just put it on. This is Pandora Box, and she's, I mean, it's not like we found 2 beautiful ladies and said, what do you do? I mean, they're actually hardcore MMA fans. They're here for the fights, but in addition to that, they're professional belly dancers. So want to welcome to the show, Pandora Box. Hello, Pam. How you doing?
Hi. Nice to meet everybody.
Yeah, you too. You need to catch your breath, or you said you do 25 minutes?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Wow. That was super cool.
It is.
You two are both talented.
It's a lot of fun. It's good cardio. It's good exercise. We have a great time doing it. And I was saying that when you're in complete costume, you're adding about 8 to 10 pounds on top of that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So that's...
what got you into this?
I actually had a back injury, and I started doing it for physical therapy.
No shit. Kind of like how people do yoga and stuff like that?
How did you get into it?
Actually, my godmother, I met when I was 10, and we just connected. And
her godmother got her into it. Okay. Well, now, was it tough when you guys were dancing? You almost tripped over Joey and Goze's tongue there. I mean, it was you had to kind of dance around, and these 2 guys were speechless.
Well, no, ages and ages and ages and ages ago, initially, what the dancers would do is they would dance on top of a drum. You know, so you keep your steps like really tight, but we can dance anywhere, right?
No, that was cool. Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun.
Do you 2 perform together, or as part of a bigger group, or is it more of a solo thing?
Well, we actually are soloists, but we perform together on different venues.
I see. All right, and what brings you to town, though, are the fights. You're an MMA fan.
The fights. I'm an MMA fan.
Okay. And you work with Tony and Joe, excuse me, Marco.
Another MMA podcast.
Yeah, another MMA podcast, of course. Okay, cool. Tell me, Valentina Shevchenko, Amanda
Nunes.
That's who you're on.
That's my girl.
Okay.
I am predicting.
You want to bet a future belly dance on that one?
You want to try this on to see if it fits?
We'll figure it out. You know.
Okay. I am predicting a 3rd round KO.
You got Nunes. Okay. You know what I'll do is I'll do a belly flop for you guys at a swimming pool or something like that someday. But I'm on Team Shevchenko. Tell me why you think Amanda Nunes is going to win.
Okay. Well, as we did our predictions the other day, all the guys went against me because they were saying that the last fight that Amanda won, but that Valentina won, but she didn't. She lost by decision, and it wasn't a split decision. It was a unanimous decision. Amanda has only gotten better. I mean, she took out 2 champions in the first round, and she's just getting better. Her striking is amazing. Like you said, she's a beast. I mean, she is a beast. She's quick. She's fast. Her cardio is getting better, and that's one of the things that people were kind of worried about was her cardio because the last 6 fights, she's had like 6 first round KOs, so cardio was a question, but that's one thing.
But she has made adjustments. For example, she comes to Vegas like 3 weeks early. She says the hot desert air was just killing her, so she took on the criticism. She made adjustments. I can respect that. We just haven't seen the result because, like you said, she's dispatching of great fighters quickly. Now, those last 2 we mentioned, Tate for the world title, Rousey for first title defense. They weren't the most seasoned strikers out there, so this is a true test of how that striking is going to hold up to, versus Valentina, who's a world Muay Thai champion, kickboxing champion. And so we'll see if that fight goes past 10, 12, 15 minutes.
Yeah, but keep in mind, Amanda's a black belt.
Did that cardio get addressed or not?
Amanda's a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. She's a boxer also. So, I mean, I like her. I have faith in her. I think she's going to do it.
Okay.
I got front row seats for that.
Do you really? For the
not on the floor. Yeah, not on the floor because I get some goon that sits in front of me and I can't see. So we're on the front row.
Very cool. All right. Any other fights you're looking forward to?
Well, my Elias Theodorou fight, but we didn't get tickets for that, so we're going to try to maybe
go like that again because I actually didn't read the T-shirt.
Boom! It's in 3D.
Oh, it's Barton Elias Theodorou. Okay,
it's
gotcha.
in 3D. Yeah. So hopefully.
See, I'm on the other side there too. I got Brad Tavares.
I know. Well, you know.
Show everyone the T-shirt one more time, please.
Yeah.
For all the fans that want to pick up an Elias Theodorou T-shirt.
Yeah, Elias Theodorou.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, Pam. Do you have any social media you want to promote?
Well, I do work with another MMApodcast.com.
Right. They're good guys. We
yeah,
love them.
they are. I love them. So much fun, and they try to kind of sometimes gang up on me.
I've been on the show. I have a segment there that I try and do monthly with them, but I know that
they're
dedicated.
Fun.
They're doing great.
Yeah, we have so much fun, and it's just a good mix. We mesh really well together.
Cool. So. All right, we got to burn one more commercial. Let's do that. Get it out of the way.
Okay.
We're having fun here on a Friday. We got about 15 minutes to go, but it's been a blast.
I might have to go to that therapist and tell him, hey, take a notch. Let's put some things on my feet right now.
Stab my feet. Yeah, it's MMA Junkie Radio on Sirius XM Rush 93. Stay close. We'll see you in a couple minutes.
They can drink Mentos-flavored Diet Coke without their stomachs giving a single fuck. They are Gorgeous George and Goes. And this is MMA Junkie Radio.
All right, we're back. Final segment here on the MMA Junkie Radio Show. Don't forget, MMA Junkie's got you covered for the Tough 25 finale, which is taking place tonight. Brad Tavares, Gray Maynard on the show earlier. They'll be fighting tonight versus Elias Theodorou and Ishihiro Teruto. Also, we got Joey Diaz here in the house, and he's performing tonight at the South Point Casino at 7:30 tonight and tomorrow. He'll be killing it. Grab some tickets. You'll have a blast. It's a really, really cool venue here in town. And Joey Diaz is one of the best in the business. You can follow him on Twitter at MadFlavor. Also, his podcast, The Church of What's Happening Now, dropping every week, along with his partner in crime, Lee Syat. Check it out. Subscribe and leave them a review. This helps everybody's algorithm on iTunes. I always encourage you to do that for our show as well. I want to welcome to the show the other half of the duo that you just saw doing the belly dancing, and this is Samantha Myrick. Both Samantha, and Pam are from North Carolina. They flew in for the fights. Welcome, Samantha. How you doing?
Good. This will be my first live fight. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, ready to see Amanda knock somebody out.
You've seen you've seen them on TV though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is your first time for the live event.
Yes.
No better place to do it than the fight capital of the world,
Vegas,
Las Vegas.
baby.
Yeah. Did you guys? When'd you get in?
Yesterday, last night.
Okay.
Well, around 6.
Very cool.
Yeah, already won $50 after spending $3 at a little slot machine. So, I think that's a good start already.
Was it just the pool or
yeah, the pool.
Pennies,
it
dollars?
Was pennies, but I maxed my bet. We started with 3 and then ended up with 50.
Very
you know
cool.
what I mean? So that means Amanda's good to win.
So she wants Amanda Nunes as well. They're riding together here on that one. We of course have pitched Valentina Shevchenko, but tell me, I'll piggyback on what Joey was asking Pam. What got you into belly dancing?
Well,
how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing it since I was 10, and I'm 26 now. My godmother that I met when I was 10, we just connected, and we've been doing it ever since then. So I've just always had a passion. I have a little bit of Lebanese in my blood, so I think it's kind of a little heritage in there. But yeah, so I love it.
Very cool. And how often do you do the belly dancing?
I try to do it at least a couple times a week, but performing is different. I do hair too, so I do it for fun, and we try to do it as much as we can, especially performing. We live in Wilmington, so there's a couple different places you can do it at weekly, or monthly, so it's fun.
Yeah. And what's the biggest crowd you've ever done it in front of?
Well, actually, I taught it. Was a little sponsor, or what is it? A little special guest at UNCW. I kind of taught their it was their cultural department, and I talked to them about dance, and it was like 2 classes, and it was like about 50-some kids in there each. Wow. So yeah, I got to perform and then talk to them about the dance and the history. So it was really nice.
Well, tell us a little bit about the history.
Well, most of the movements, people think, oh, Shakira just shaking the butt. But, that's nice too. But, a lot of the undulations and the flutters would help back, when they were having, babies with the pregnancy, and would help with the contractions and help with the birthing process, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. It was really, really cool to watch you guys do that. And this was the first time you really did it together, right? Usually you're individual performers?
Yes. Well, he still can do it the same day, but together, yeah. We still connect all the time and dance, so it's fun.
Very cool.
And you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Samantha Myrick from Wilmington.
And spell out the last name, I guess.
M-Y-R-I-C-K. Samantha Myrick. M-Y-R-I-C-K.
Are you doing the Snapchat too, or just
Well, I do Instagram, Facebook. I do have Snapchat, but I hardly ever get on there. But if you guys are on there, I guess I'll start,
We're on there.
Girls just recently started the Snapchat.
Yeah, I'm on there too now.
I'm on there?
No, actually you are on there, I think. Either that or somebody used your name.
I don't think I've ever used Snapchat. I feel like maybe I might be too old for that one, but who knows?
Hey, no, come on.
You like it?
I like it. I like them all, though. I don't really have a favorite.
All right. So now, who do you like in the how far can I go down here? How hardcore of a fan are you?
Well,
like, for example, Romero and Whitaker. That's the co-main event tomorrow.
Whitaker.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
See, I know. Okay.
What do you see over there? He's very excited. See, I'm on Romero. See, we're trying to do these last-minute parlays. This is what I put together, folks, by the way. Tavares, Miller, Yoder, Torres, and Bobby Knuckles for goes. I like Tavares, Shevchenko, Overeem, and Miller. I'm taking a shot here with Miller, even though he's the underdog.
And Spartan tonight.
And you were telling me you like Nunes, Verdum, and who'd you like between Romero?
No,
you like
I
Romero,
Jordan
right?
Mean. I like Jordan Mean.
Right.
And Pettis.
You do like Pettis, right?
But since you're so confident in your bets, let's maybe talk about betting after the show. Maybe a couple dollars,
Yeah. No, I like betting the dances here. I like betting the dances. So a belly dance versus a belly flop.
No. I already said if you lose, I'm going to pick the outfit and you're going to dance.
Eesh.
And it'll be on camera too. So don't worry.
What kind of an outfit?
I told you I'll pick, so you won't be able to.
And this is on the Nunes Shevchenko fight.
Yes. Everybody here's it's on camera.
It's a deal.
Awesome.
It's a deal.
Awesome. Woo!
What have I gotten myself into?
Wait, you're picking the outfit, right?
Oh yeah,
Dude,
I'm picking everything, honey. The song, where he's going to be stationed at in here.
That means I can pick the outfit too, though.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, but I know I'm going to win, so it's not going to matter.
Confidence there.
It's not confidence when you know what I mean? It's a fact.
I got a great fighter. I'm not sweating this one bit. What do you think of my bet, Joey Diaz? You like my chances? You're kind of speechless over there.
I'm up and down. You know, you got too many goddamn picks. You got like 19 fucking picks. Houdini can't do that shit.
What'd you think of the dance?
I love the dance.
They did a good job, didn't they?
No, they did a tremendous job.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed. I didn't even know about it.
You know, I didn't know whether to interject after 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes.
Interject.
But
let them do their thing.
Yeah.
And we couldn't even hardly hear the music too. So just
see, we heard it perfectly
Well,
because you put it up to the mic and we had perfect volume.
Okay, well if it doesn't sync up, I'm sorry, because we could not hear it. But I know the songs I was trying to. But you know.
But otherwise,
great
it's a 25-minute show. Is what you were saying?
Well, honestly, we even do longer ones too.
Let's have the mic go a little bit up there.
I've actually done shows and performance that I've done it for like 2 hours, and I've like taken a break, go behind there and like fanning, and then a good song will come back on, and I'm like, oh gosh, let me just dance that one too, you know. So it's fun. Once just like fighting, once the guys get in the ring, it's what they love. They don't even realize what time's passed, you know. So, just out there loving what we do.
How about that accent too?
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? No, just.
Oh, I noticed a little bit on Pam. Pam, have you lived in North Carolina for a long time? New Mexico. Okay, that's why there's not as much of an accent as we're detecting.
Well, it's not too country. It's like nice southern. Right?
But still, there's an accent there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, at Samantha Myrick on Instagram and Twitter.
Oh well, Facebook and Twitter. Facebook and Instagram.
Give her a follow, folks.
Awesome.
And thank you to Pam and Samantha for coming in here and providing the entertainment. Thank you, Joey Diaz, for co-hosting today's show.
Thank you for having me, man.
That was a blast tonight at the South Point Casino.
Without you.
7:30 p.m. Tonight and tomorrow. Catch it. He's a awesome comedian, man. You will laugh your ass off. I've gone in there, coming out peeing my pants, man. It's a great time. And follow him on Twitter at MadFlavor. All right, folks, we are out of here. I want to thank Danny, the producer, and, of course, Goes for co-hosting and producing all week. I have to thank myself. I did take it to another level. I was fantastic. Let's face facts here. Remember to keep it locked on MMA Junkie throughout the week. We got you covered. Our writers are here. Our videographers are here. They're going to kick ass, and we're going to give you the best coverage for the Tough 25 finale and UFC 213. All right, folks, we're out of here. See you on Monday. Until then, go out there and be champions.
Neon flashing and the one-arm bandits crashing.